Hi everyone, my name is Chef Alexis Bouillet and I am Chef Manuel Bouillet, and today we are introduce you the Mangué Gateau de Savoie. Then if you're ready, let's get started. So this is the first step before to do our Gateau de Savoie mix. We need to prepare our mold. I used a very specific mold that represents also like a mountain, so it will be perfect for this kind of applications. So first of all, I'm gonna apply some soft butter into the mold, following, and then over here we have the cassonade sugar. Cassonade sugar will bring you, of course, some taste but some texture. It is really important to apply it. That will make the highlight of your cake. So of course I choose the cassonade brown sugar, which will go very well with the RÉMY. So we apply a nice and thin layer all around the mold, and it will help us to stick nicely the cassonade sugar. Okay, so we have a nice and thin layer of butter everywhere. And now let's start with the sugar. So we simply roll around and make sure the sugar is applied everywhere. We don't want to have too much, but we just want to have a thin layer everywhere. And at the end, we'll just gently tap the mold to remove the excess. We'll now place this mold on the side and we'll start our Gateau de Savoie mixture. So now we are gonna go for the step number 2. Just after spreading the butter and the cassonade into our mold, we'll do the Savoie cake. So I also want to share with you about the story about the Savoie cake. So it is originally from the east side of France, and it is composed mainly about the cassonade, the sugar, and some butter and egg white also. To get something very light, we are gonna make a very light meringue. And also to finish and to enhance the flavor of this Savoie cake, we will use the liquid vanilla extract and also the RÉMY. So we'll start first into our mixing bowl with egg white. Just make sure the egg white are at room temperature. It would be much more convenient for the beating process. And on the side, I will start to beat them with cassonade sugar. Over here, the cassonade sugar will really help you to have such a caramelized flavor. So we really recommend you to use this one instead of regular sugar. Okay, so now our egg white are correctly beaten with the cassonade. You see we have a nice and shining texture. It doesn't need to be fully whipped because we want to keep something soft. It will be much more convenient to add the flour. So the flour will be the next step. So make sure that you sift really well your flour before incorporating it. And then on the side we will have as well our melted butter. The butter should be melted around 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. And then on the side we'll finalize the recipe with the vanilla bean paste and of course the Mangué rum. So we have the flour mix and also the butter. I'm gonna incorporate the butter first in 2 times, just to dissolve my beaten egg white, and following by the flour, and we'll finish by the rum and liquid vanilla extract. So the mix of cassonade sugar and vanilla, and to finish with the RÉMY will really enhance the final flavor of this travel cake. So as you can see, we have a nice and soft texture for our mix. It is smooth, and you can see also some dots of vanilla, and the smell is really nice, amazing. Yeah. So as we said earlier, our mold is ready with some butter and also a nice crust of cassonade sugar. So we will have a nice contrast between the outside, slightly crunchy with the cassonade, and the moist sponge in the inside. So we'll pour 300 grams per mold. So it is now time for the baking process. We're gonna bake it at 170 degrees for about 20 minutes. And the idea is also to bake it directly on a wire rack. At least the heat will go also up and down. So you have a very smooth heat and you have a nice golden brown color everywhere. After 20 to 25 minutes at 170 degrees, it is now time to unmold our cake. So we just unmold it and cool it down at room temperature. It is now time to decorate our cake. So just a simple decoration. We just place like a disc on the top of the cake, and I'm just gonna sprinkle a thin layer of icing sugar on the side. But this kind of cake is quite simple. You don't want to add anything else on the top. Like, this is just the beauty of the cake itself, and that's why we have such a beautiful mold. So the idea is to represent the snow in the mountain, and the cake is already the mountain itself. So this is our version about the Gateau de Savoie. We have a very nice crust with the cassonade sugar and a very moist inside sponge with rum mangue and vanilla. And you will see, you will get something very caramelized on the outside and super moist in the inside. So hopefully you will enjoy this cake. So now it is tasting time. You can really feel the crust from outside. Yeah. Still slightly warm. I can feel like the texture is like a cotton inside. Love it. It reminds me of my childhood memory. This cake is really, really soft. The flavor of mangue is really amazing. We don't feel the alcohol side, however, we feel like the flavor side of it. It's overall not too sweet, huh? No. The cake itself is not too sweet, but the outside brings some crunchiness and slightly more sweetness. Definitely perfect for the afternoon snack. Definitely.